Mike.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad.
So, I got to tell you right off the bat, it's kind of crazy because, Letters from the Fire were, kind of on my radar a little bit. Heard you guys in passing, knew who you were and all. And it was kind of funny. Last week, every week before as I'm putting together the playlist for each week's show, I'll throw out there to the world of social media, hey, who do you want to hear for request? And it caught me off guard because my actual co-host responds and goes, Letters from the Fire. And he's not this huge music fan. So I'm like, okay. So I pull you guys up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I know who this is. And then I'm going through, and obviously I didn't know who you guys were because then I realized you guys were the friggin' band a couple years ago that did the Eleanor Rigby cover that, I heard, I loved, and I never knew who did it. And I couldn't find it. I'm like, oh, shit, it's these guys.
Yeah,
but then I'm like, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I'm like, well, what the fuck happened here? It's like a whole new world now. In a couple of years, you guys have changed big time, it looks like.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a change. I mean, obviously, male singer to female singer is always a big dynamic change,
Sure.
But no, I mean, we're excited with what's going on, and the band's just on an upward trajectory, and we're hitting it hard,
I mean, that's a ballsy move, though. I mean, like you said, you changed the whole trajectory of the band.
It was kind of a scary decision to make. We had a lot of momentum with Elliot, but unfortunately, it just wasn't working out with him in the band. And when I heard Alexa's voice, in my gut, I knew that it was the right decision. And at the end of the day, if the music's good, and if your singer's a badass, you'll be fine.
Right.
So,
right.
We just went with it, and so far, I mean, the band has quadrupled in size, and it seems like we made the right decision.
Now, when you guys are going through something like that, where you've got to do something, you got to make a change, and you and the rest of the guys in the band are talking, does the thought even cross your mind, let's find a female singer, or it just happened, and it just happened organically?
Well, that was the weird thing, is we didn't want to. I mean, that wasn't in the plan to get a female singer. It was just we were looking for another male front. We had all these guys trying out, and it just wasn't the right fit, And we were working with a guy named Mike Keller. He signed Killswitch Engage to Roadrunner.
Okay.
And he goes, listen, I got this girl, and I stopped him right there. I was like, nope. I was like, no, thank you. And he goes, just listen to the demo, trust me, check it out, just see what you think. So I heard the demo, and I was like, whoa, okay. And it was actually Perfect Life, which is the first song on our record. And it's, it's heavy, and she was able to get on top of it. I was like, okay, that means we can still be heavy, or relatively heavy.
Right.
And so I heard it, and I was like, all right, I like her voice. Let's see what she can do on some of our songs. And we sent her My Angel, and I think Mother Misery. And she just knocked it out of the park. She's the first person to ever send me back a demo where I was like, that's it. I have nothing to say. That's the song. And so I looked at everybody and I said, hey guys, we got a girl singer now. So here we go.
Well, I'm going to say too, as I was going through and I'm reading the bio and all, I mean, it really sounded like, first off, it sounds like, you're the founder. This is truly your baby, this whole thing. But it sounded like you weren't happy. Like you can hear it in the bio. To me, the way it was coming off is just that you were not happy with the way things were, whether it was personally, musically, or together. And now you can hear the whole tune has changed. Literally, everything's upbeat. You can hear it in your voice. You're emotional about it. You're happy about it. It just sounds like a whole new breath of fresh air is taking over, probably you and the band.
Oh, absolutely. Though the dynamic has changed, and obviously, we're going through growing pains, with a brand new female vocalist who's 23 years old, who's never done this. This is her first record ever. Basically her first real band, her first real touring experience, but the band so far it's been successful, to a point that we've never been before. And so, obviously everybody's really stoked about that, and she's awesome. She's like a little sister, and, and we're having a great time. And, yeah, it's definitely much more positive than it was.
That's awesome. So now how about, the Eleanor Rigby song? Do you guys still play that? Do you play any of the old stuff, or is it all just straight ahead with the new stuff?
We pretty much just kind of move straight ahead with the new stuff. I mean, it's a whole new era of Letters from the Fire, and we're trying to look forward, and not so much backwards.
Right.
We have done the Eleanor Rigby cover a couple of times. It's just not like in her range. It's not like a song that really showcases her voice,
Right.
So we just kind of looking towards the future. I'm sure we'll have some new cool covers.
Now, how about it's got to change things around too, like a little bit now that you're on tour and you got the little sister in the band, so to say.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean she definitely a little sister, but also one of the dudes. So it's not like super weird or anything, and more than anything, it's just more of a protective thing. So every once in a while you'll get like some kind of weirdo who's at the merch table, and she'll like text us all like help. and so you got like 4 brothers running to the table going, "Yo, dude, back off." So it's more of that,
Oh, I'm sure. That's funny. So now, how long is this with Alexa now? How long has this all been together?
So she officially joined the band in, I think, June of 2015.
Okay.
And then literally the day she joined the band, 2 weeks later, we went and did the full record.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I did the full record, Worth the Pain. We already had music. She was pretty much writing the lyrics and melody in the studio as we were tracking. And then we kind of sat on the record for about 6 months while we were, going to labels and stuff like that. And then we didn't really hit the road until I think 2016. We were out with Art of Dying and all those things. So we've been on, we pretty much did a 2-month tour, and then we've been on this tour with Lacey Sturm and Stitched Apart and stuff like that. So, but it hasn't been very long, I guess I should say.
So it's moved pretty quick, and then the album came out in September.
Yeah, September, I think 19th. So
yeah, so it's been a pretty quick process.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, for music industry standard time, absolutely.
Yeah,
quick.
Right.
So
now, when you do make a change like that too, I mean, on the flip side, it's benefited you guys and worked. And like you said, you guys have, quadrupled in fan size. But how about the original fans? Did it piss any of those original fans off?
Like 4 people. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, Elliot was a good-looking dude. I mean, he was 6'2", tatted up, model type looking guy, And I was like, oh, I know some of these lady fans are gonna get butthurt. But at the end of the day, it's like if the new product is better, and if the songs are better, and if the band's growing, at the end of the day, it is about the music, and people they're gonna love the music, and the fans have been absolutely amazing. They absolutely embraced Alexa into the family, and I haven't heard anybody talk about the old stuff really ever in a long time, and it's been great. It's been awesome.
That's awesome. I'll tell you what too. I mean, not even I guess I can say including you guys, but the way I look at it now, I mean, I'm sure I'm older than you guys. I'm mid-40s. And I grew up in the whole 80s, metal scene and all that stuff. And It was very rare to have a female in metal. I mean, you had your Lita Ford, and there wasn't too many others that really broke through. But nowadays, it's like the females have completely taken over. And not only have they taken over, it's not like they're just looked at it as your quote-unquote sex symbol. I mean, they're really out there balls to the walls, rocking harder than the guys, and it's great, man. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's. I didn't know how many challenges there were for women in rock until obviously we had a female singer.
Right.
And then, you know, we have to live it with her, you know, especially for radio. Like, you know, they basically tell us that radio stations will only play a certain quota of female-fronted rock songs at a time. So, you know, our release dates are very specific, yeah, which, you know, is really it's kind of messed up, you know. It sucks because, you know, everything gets pushed back or changed, you know, and then also, you know, even though I think the female-fronted rock thing is becoming more of a standard thing, and now it's not a weird or nerdy thing to like female rock bands, you know, like it's actually a cool thing now. People are embracing it. So it's definitely, I see the movement is changing, and it's becoming more of just, hey, it's just another band, not a female-fronted band. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
they've definitely gained respect of the peers in the industry, I'll say, too.
Absolutely.
But that's wild, though. I mean, it's amazing. Like some stations and all still do stuff like that, where they won't play so many female-fronted bands at the time. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's kind of a trip. I was like, you know, I get those emails and I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, what? What do you mean? You know? So
I mean, it's like racism. It really is.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I mean, it's a little sexist, but
yeah.
You know, it's and like I said, it's funny. You don't know that experience until you have to go through it, you know, and you don't realize how hard it is for women in rock until you have a female singer, and then you're like, wow, this is pretty messed up, but you know, we're behind you, and we're gonna do this together. So.
Right. Cool. So, all right. So the album is out. Have you guys? I mean, it just came out in September, but you guys sat on it for a while. Have you guys started working on new music at all, or just focusing now on touring for this year? Or?
Well, after the record came out and I was at home, I pretty much wrote about 10 to 12 new songs. But we're not really focusing on writing for the next record, at least not for a bit. We're looking to do at least a 2-year cycle on this record.
Oh, right.
Cool. The record's been doing really well in South America, Brazil, and especially Europe.
Okay.
And so we're looking to really, really push the record out to the world and be a world band and not so much just a U.S. band, you know. Right.
Yeah, and in Europe, I mean, if you hit it over there, I mean, you're pretty golden. I mean, it's sad to say, but I wish the States were as good as over in Europe, it seems like.
Well, you know, Europe's interesting because you don't get American bands all the time. You know, it's you're not always in Europe. And in the U.S., it's like I can see the band every 4 months or every 3 months because they're going to be here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think in Europe, especially South America and even Japan, they just really appreciate the music so much more. At this point.
Cool. Now, have you guys, I mean, you guys are coming, where is it, up in Lancaster, outside of Philly, the Chameleon Club, in a couple of weeks. Have you guys actually been in Philly?
I've never been to Philly. We have played the Chameleon Club, though, a long time ago, with a different singer. Yeah. So I'm really excited to go back, though, because it's a really cool venue.
It is a cool venue. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like an hour and a half away from there, so it's like, at times it's a pain in the ass.
Oh,
but it's a great place.
Yeah, I've never played Philly though. We've never been routed through there.
Oh, well, we got to change that. Come on now.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Now, how's the tour going? Lacey's, she's awesome.
Oh, she's the sweetest person I've ever met, and her whole team's amazing. I actually, we were on Shiprocked with her, and I did a Stowaway show, which is basically they kind of take a bunch of like super band, you know, like Bumblefoot, and like, you know, like all these different members of different bands, and they put them together, and then they'll get bands who are on the ship to be a part of it. So I played Bullet the Blue Sky with Sonny from POD, and like Dave Buckner, who was the original drummer from Papa Roach, and then Lacey was in the song too, so she was up on stage with me, and I didn't realize how tiny she was.
Yeah, you know, it's
so
funny.
Small.
she did the show last year, and when I talked to her, I was like, you hear this voice come out, and you're like, where does that like angry voice come out of that little person? How's that happen?
Oh yeah, every night my mind is just blown. Like she's so amazing, and like I said, the band's so clutch, and they're great. Palisades is awesome. Those dudes kill it. Stitched Apart's amazing, obviously, and also like the sweetest band. So the tour's been great. It's very smooth, and we're all having a great time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta try to break my own balls and come out there and see you guys.
Yeah, it'd be awesome, man. It'd be cool to meet you.
Yeah, cool. As a matter of fact, is this your cell? If this is your cell, I'll shoot you a text and I'll let you know if I'm definitely coming.
Yeah, we'll get you on the list, man.
Cool. Very, very cool. Nice. All right, so 2017 then. A lot of touring is ahead of you then.
Yeah, it's a lot of touring, a lot of radio, a lot of just pushing the band, just grinding hard and getting in front of as many faces as we can.
Cool. And isn't there a new single out now as well?
Yeah, we just dropped a single called Worth the Pain. It's actually the title track of the record. I think officially dropped 2 weeks ago. So we're already at 44, so we'll probably break top 40 in the next week. I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. Very cool. All right, well, we're going to play that. I mean, I'm going to play a few tracks. And I'm not going to go back in time. I was going to play Out on a Rigby, but I'm going to, I'm closing the book on that. And that chapter is done. Only new stuff.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
Cool. All right, man. Well, dude, thank you again for taking time out, and appreciate it. Loving the new album. And if I can just get you to cut an ID for me before I let you go. This is Mike Keller of Letters from the Fire, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Totally Driven. Ready?
Go for it.
This is Mike Keller. Oh, sorry. There we go. This is Mike Keller from Letters from the Fire, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Awesome. Mike, thanks so much again, and I'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye.
All right, you too. Bye.